So what was it like to see all these characters collide for the first time in the MCU on Avengers Infinity War?
How much can we do everything?
This is theatrical, so this is...
No.
Don't say anything.
It's pretty awesome to see this collective, isn't it? I mean, just to be a part of it, a tiny little square in the massive mosaic of it all.
Like, you couldn't fit any more people on that poster.
Not without it
and
being
everyone
bigger.
deserves to be there, you know, and everyone has fought for their place in the MCU, and it's crazy to me that this film is actually happening, that they actually pulled this off. I remember when they were talking about it.
Yeah.
On Spider-Man Homecoming, a lot of the prep for this film was happening, and Kevin was pitching me ideas about what we're going to do. And I remember being like, there's no way they're going to make that movie.
No.
It sounds just too crazy. And then here we are.
Yeah. And also doing 2 back-to-back.
Oh, dude.
And the struggle they had with my availability, let alone everyone's
The
availability.
Russo
It's
brothers
incredible.
are the real heroes in this movie.
Superheroes.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. What was the most fun about on-screen or off-screen making this film?
On screen was just the camaraderie, just to be
Yeah.
amongst that group of actors playing these kind of ridiculously iconic roles. To step onto the set with Spider-Man and Tom, and to step onto set with Iron Man and RDJ and Pratt as Starlord. I mean, just all of it, just really good fun. And I was very excited to sort of have a goatee to goatee with the other sociopathic egomaniac. You know, so that was great fun. Sparks fly. There's good conflict and humour to be had there.
From the trailer, it looks like you two have...
You didn't get your answer. Sorry.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
right.
You need to give your generic answer.
Okay, what was the question? Most
Fun.
Most fun.
On or off?
Do you know what's actually really cool? I recently, for the first time, went to Disneyland in China, and Joe Russo took me on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And it's like you basically are in a boat, and it takes you through an experience of Pirates of the Caribbean. And that is the closest reminder to what it's like being on set of Avengers, because I'm watching franchises.
green screen.
Well, but think about it. There was a lot of sets, you know. We had
we
loads
did,
of massive
In order
spaceship
to-
sets
yeah,
and stuff,
we
and the
did.
guys who built those sets are
Amazing.
true artists. And, you know, I'm on set working with
Charlie
people
Woods.
in franchises
Charlie
that
Woods.
I've grown up watching, and I felt like I was just a sort of spectator in a sort of really awesome sort of virtual reality.
Yeah, it's true. It does feel sort of otherworldly. It's,
Yeah.
it's all pervasive. They recreated. It's no spoiler because it's in the trailer. The atrium, the sort of entryway, the hallway to the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York.
Yeah.
And it's just like they kind of got the flat pack out and just did it. But it's like, you know, it's 4 stories high, dude. It's like huge, circular, beautiful thing with a massive staircase and all this ornate kind of sort of shift between mid-century and all sorts of different architectural influences. But anyway, Charlie Wood is a genius, and you do, I guess, like that funfair ride, you stand in it and you're like, oh God, I'm actually having the real experience of a real environment where they can swing the camera 360 degrees. And there's one sequence in particular we did, stepping out of that, which was, I mean, I remember doing the first take, and I don't think I was acting for any of it. I was just giggling like a schoolchild. I was just like, this is ridiculous. This is actually happening. But I won't say what it is.
Excuse me. Okay, we'll save it for when people get to see it, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Old school.
From the trailer, it looks like the two of you have some fun interaction, banter. What was it like working together?
Oh, exhausting.
It was tiring, man. You know, Benedict's a real diva, and...
She says. Oh, Tom needs his hair doing again, does he? Right.
I had a lot of it. I was making 2 films at once, right? And we were making 2 films together at the same time.
2 syllables, 1 word. Pomade.
And in the film that we were making together in London, I had a very old school haircut where I had those 3 curls like this, and then a massive swoop. So then I got to Avengers, and they were like, "We want to cut your hair," and I felt really passionately about the London project, and I said, "Well, guys, listen, if there's any way we can work around not cutting my hair because I don't want to jeopardize my work in London," they said, "Sure, we'll just make it that Spider-Man has really long hair." So in this film, I have the most ridiculously coiffed, stupid haircut of all time.
I was actually joking, but that is a lot revealed about your hair.
If in the I saw it in the trailer. I was like,
Generic
"Oh,
hair
that just looks ridiculous." I look like Prince Charming. I look like I've got some weird flowing.
There's an audience. There's a very big Disney audience that will like that. generic.
Yeah, and you might get an endorsement.
Sorry, I just went on a real rant. Maybe I'll do like a L'Oreal commercial or something after this film comes out.
That sounds amazing. It does. It really does. I'm not going to be distracted when I watch.
Sorry,
the
I
film.
know.
Now I'll be distracted when I watch.
It's
the film.
great fun. It's great fun.
Hair.
We got to know each other with 2 films. We had a blast, and it's just so nice to have someone you know on set, and someone you can trust, and it's as good for the craft as it is for the banter, and just having a nice, relaxed time doing it. You know, so yeah,
can't wait to see it. How have your characters changed since we've last seen them in your films?
You go first.
I think this takes place quite soon after Spider-Man: Homecoming, and because we all have such a finite amount of work in these films, because there's so many of us, I wanted to save the real growth of my character for future movies where I can really explore it and sort of display it to audiences in a broader way, rather than trying to rush something in this film. So the version of Spider-Man you see here is very similar to the one that's in Homecoming.
I'd say that's sort of the same, except I guess I've learned to do some cool stuff. I'm a little bit more adept at my craft, and we might have to retro-engineer that a little bit, but desperate times call for new tricks. And what's the other thing I'd say? Yeah, he's more the adult in the room, a little bit, I'd say, than before, because he was learning on a very steep curve, and taking on a lot of responsibility and weirdness that any of us would balk at. So he's a little bit more in control.
Yeah. Lastly, if you can both give me a quick soundbite on working with the Russo brothers.
Just brilliant. Admire them so much. The fact that they're brothers and their parents come on set, that whole thing blew my mind.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
They're brothers, and yet they are different and manage to work with each other, and it's phenomenal. It's a really amazing thing to be around.
I like having to impress 2 people rather than one to move on.
Double the motivation.
You know, when you work on a film, you have to just get the director on side and then you move on. In this case, you have to do it twice.
And they cross pitch, and they don't always agree. They're like, I don't know, we should try that. No, I don't. I like what. No, but let's just try. We got time, and they know what they want as well. That's the other thing. And when they've got it, they're so confident about it. And that's a very sexy way to make films. Oftentimes, you're just covering your back with loads of setups, loads of takes, and they're like, no, it's this shot. That's the beat. Let's go for it. Oh, we got it after 3 takes. Excellent, done. Really? You know, sometimes
it's
for
awesome.
me, but they're just so...
They're both great guys, too.
Yeah.
Like
what polymaths? I mean, they've got their fingers in a lot of pies.
Yeah. Agbo. They just set up their own studio. Agbo.
Yeah.